Shift to Bengaluru now. In Bengaluru, even heavy traffic could not delay a dedicated doctor to perform surgery on time. On 30th of August, Dr. Govind Nandakumar, a gastroenterology surgeon, had to leave his car in traffic and run for 3 kilometers to the hospital to perform an emergency laparoscopic gallbladder surgery. He got stuck in traffic at Sarjapur Martahalli stretch that usually takes about 10 minutes to reach. But as Google Maps showed him 45 minutes to reach the destination, he started running. Later, the driver reached with the car after 2.5 hours. So joining us right now is Dr. Govind Nandakumar himself. Thank you, Dr. Nandakumar, for speaking with Mirror Now. Dr. Nandakumar, your commitment to your work is praiseworthy. Tell us what happened on the 30th of August and when did you decide that you have to leave your car and in fact run to the hospital? There is no other option.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me. I mean, that day was a tough day for everybody in Bangalore City, given the rains the day before. And I was going by my usual commute to Sarjapur from Koramangala and central Bangalore. The traffic was just logger jammed. I think the inner roads were flooded, and so most of the traffic was on the main road. And there was just no movement at all whatsoever. I had surgeries lined up, and I had a surgery to start in the morning for a lady who was in some amount of pain and anxious about the surgery. So I lived in a city previously where I walked to work. So, I just made use of my prior experience, my daily gym and running routine, and said, why not just run and get there in time? I had to cross over. That was a little hazardous to the other side, and then just did what I had to do.
Dr. Nandakumar, Bengaluru traffic is infamous in the country. Have you done this before? Because 3-kilometer run is quite a stretch. Have you done this before, running to the hospital for surgeries?
Well, I can't say I've run to the hospital for surgery before. I have walked. Whether it is Hebbal or Yashwantpur, every so often, we get stuck in these logger jam kind of situations. And I have walked across the railway track from the flyover. Otherwise you're just sitting in the car. In my old city, I used to, sometimes walk to work, run to work. But maybe more of us should start walking and running to our daily routine because it may ease the traffic situation also.
Doctor, August 30th was a bad day in Bengaluru as it had rained earlier. When it rains, the situation in Bengaluru becomes worse for traffic, for commuters. We saw recent floods there in Bengaluru as well. As a citizen of Bengaluru, where do you think the problem lies and what can be done to improve it?
Well, I think, Bangalore is very close to my heart. I'm a very, very strong Bangalorean. I think the city grew very fast from, pensioners' paradise to an IT hub to the lovely city it is now. So certainly there is a need for improving infrastructure, getting better roads, getting more permanent roads, getting walkways. But I think there's also a part that we as citizens need to play, in terms of following what we can do to help the city. But I think it's going to be a effort that should come together with, corporations, hospitals, communities, citizens, and of course the authorities so that we can, take it to the next level. And you look at Bangalore airport is fantastic. So why can't we do the same with our inner city roads, our inner city, make it livable, make it pleasurable, make it easier to walk. I mean, you can't walk in Bangalore city unless if you want to cross the road, you don't have a dedicated traffic light in a lot of junctions. And I think if it becomes easier for people to walk, to do little things, even the amount of traffic on the street will go down.